Hello, Mary Meet. So I wanted to make another gaming related video. So I have gotten some dice with odd side numbers, so I thought I'd just show the haul. Now these dice are from an online store named The Dice Shop, and I'll link to their website. They're a great website for getting all sort of dice. Now, they do have your typical variety D10s and D6s and all of that as well. But their prices are about what you will find in any gaming store. So I won't necessarily recommend getting them there unless you have no other way of getting dice. However, they have a lot of strange dice that can be very good for collectors. So let me start with some D30s. These are perhaps the most common of the odd-sided dice. And by odd-sided I mean other than those typical 6 versions, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20. Then you have D30s, which are relatively common, and they are actually used for some games. So I got this green one, and I don't know if my shitty camera will properly pick this up, but it's like this pearlized type of sea foam green. Very, very pretty. D30. And I also got this here, which is basically, it's purple moving to blue shimmering effect, D30. So I really like those. And I got these two here. Actually, I can't remember if I got these off eBay or if I got them off the dice shop. But I do have these in. These are from... what are they? No, I don't even remember the manufacturer. But they're basically... This is a D2. Basically, you can roll this instead of flipping a dice. Either it will land on this side, which is a 2, or that side, which is a 1. And I might actually use this because I'm just horrible at flipping dice. But like, with any of the dice I'm going to show you now, you don't really need them. They are for collectors, that's what they are. And yeah. This is a version of it which are a D4. You basically, if it lands on... But they, instead of having the same number on each side of this, they have 4 different, so it's a version of a D4. The other dice I got came in these boxes. Let me show you some of those. Ooh, open up. Not this way, perhaps. Works better. So, yeah. We start with D3. How these work is that they basically roll like a regular D4. And as you can see, they have numbers on top. So this would be a 3. And that would be a 1. And that would be a 2. So I have this toxic green color. And I have another type of D3, but it's just shaped a little bit differently, but works the same way. It's in pearlized gray. And basically it has the numbers up here, but they're not that easy to see because they aren't painted in. And I have here a D5. Now, these are one of the specialty dice that I actually use because in Dark Heresy, there are actually quite a few rolls that are done with a D5. Now, usually then you just use a D10 and halve it. But I find these to be somewhat practical. Basically, you have a 1 on that side, and a 5 on that side, and the other side. So you can either end up like this, and then have a 1 or a 5, or it can end up standing like this, like a pyramid, and then you have the other numbers. And this one is in see-through orangey pink. And this is actually a D7. and it has the same concept. It lands like this, it's a 7, lands like this, it's a 2. You can actually, when you roll it, you can see pretty well. But this, it's just this very, very odd shape, and this one is in opaque blue. And I have another one here in opaque purple. And didn't I have one more of them? Yes, I do. And I have one here in... No, this is a D5. Another D5 just from the same company that made these D7s. So this is a D5 in opaque yellow. And here you can see the concept a bit better. If it lands here, it's a 1, it's a 5, or if the other one sits. And it do give pretty well random results. And some more D3s. We have this one that has the same color as Smoky Quartz. D3. And the reason why you might want such things like this are lists and such things. And some games have uses for them, but it would be very, very rare. This is for dice collecting, really. I don't... Other than a D5 and D30s, I don't think I've ever had to use any of these kinds of dices. Again, a D3, and this one is like a brown mixed with black swirly design. And this is, it looks like your regular D12, but it's not. Let's see how many sides. This is a D14 as far as I know. Yeah, this is a D14. See there. Rolls like a D12. And it is in opaque purple. And here's another one of these D14s in opaque orange with black print. And this is a D16. Basically, this one rolls like a D10. Let me just need to put that so I can show it properly. Basically, D16. And it rolls like you would roll a D10. And this one is another one of those D14s. I really like this, and it's basically in orange with blue print. Thought that was pretty nice. D16. And another D16 in just opaque black. And here is another version of a D14. It's in a sort of pearly smoky color, and you see this is a D14 that nice golden letters on it, numbers I mean, and this one rolls like you would roll a D10. I have D14s like this. I did not have D14s like this, so I was just excited to find these. But I really thought this was so pretty I had to have it. Let me just put these back in the box and I'll show you the other box I got. And one of the reasons why you might want a D14, of course, is that you can roll out the days of the week. You can also use, of course, a D7 for that. And it can be good for basically rolling up a random time that something happens, like you know that the evil wizard will attack the party, but you haven't really decided when this will happen. Then rolling it up with basically you say it's this 2-week period, and then you can roll up basically how long the party has to prepare. So here's another box. And here we have a D24. That's what it is so far as now. Yeah, that's this. D24 in opaque red. I have some other D24s. I have never really had any reason to use them. This is also D24. I really like this one. It's clear with slightly blue with blue print. Really thought this was pretty. Another D24. And here's my favorite D24. Actually, I'm not sure if the blue one or this one is my favorite. Just trying to find the 24 so I can show you. It was the 14, 23, 22. Where are you, number 24? There we are. Basically, it looks like fire with this. It's this really nice orange color with this deep red lettering. So I'm not really sure if this one is not my favorite D24 or this one is my favorite D24. And one of the things you can use those for, of course, is the same as with the D14s, to roll up time, so you know that the monster will attack the party, but then you can decide which time of day it will. These are actually D18s. I didn't know they existed, so I'm very excited to find them. They roll like you would roll a D12. And this is the... Oh, this was not the D18, this is the D... Have some D18s here. My bad, this is the D22s. Which I also didn't know existed. I mistook them because they're so similar. But there's a 22 here somewhere. Where did it go? There it go. So this is a 22-sided die. And it's opaque black with white. And I think this one is another D22. Pretty sure it is. There's the 20, there's the 22, yes. This is a D22 in opaque purple with white. And I got several of these because I didn't know these existed, so I just wanted to stock a bit up for my collection. Here's another D22 in orange with black. And here's a D22 in red with white. I hope they get these in more interesting colors as well. That would be neat. And here are the D18s, which look exactly the same. They're just a bit smaller. It's the D18s. No idea what you would use these for in a game, but yeah, I collect dice. So yeah, of course, purple with white. And here. So the one in orange with black. See how similar these are? These are the D22 and these are the D18. So yeah, it's like mother and baby. And here's the final dice of the haul. Another D18. This one in red with white. So yeah, was really excited to find those because they had so many variations that I just don't have. I mean, I have a million regular D10s and such, so it was nice to find something new for the collection. But of course, it's really completely useless. So, I mean, if you're going to start role-playing, don't think that you need all of these various dice and you just can see the dollars flying out of your ears. No. Generally speaking, all you'll need is one of those boxes that carry a dice set with your regular types. That will do you plenty. And if you're going to play something like Old World of Darkness or something like that, you might want to have a set of 10 D10s. If you have a set of 10 D10s and your regular Dungeons and Dragons style set, then you will generally be set for almost all games. And that will cost you, I mean, let me show you a regular set I got lately. Just chose this because it's the nearest one. And generally speaking, what you'll get in these are 2 D10s, one with just one numbers and one with decimals. So this becomes a D100 if you need it. So you got those. And you have a D4 that are great to step on. And a D8. Your regular boring old D6. And a D12. And a D20. And a set like this with these 7 dice, it will cost you anywhere from $3 to $12 with an average of about $10, $9-10 for such a set. And generally speaking, you will need nothing else to play. If you want a set of 10 D10s, you can get that for exactly the same price. That's all the dice you need. You don't need things like that. But some of us also like to collect dice, and then things like this are exciting. So yeah, the name of the company, and they're not paying me to do this at all. I just felt like I wanted to tell you about it because I know quite a few people on my various friends lists do collect dice. The name of the company is The Dice Shop. It's an English company as far as I know. They have real fast shipping, and yeah, I'm very satisfied with them. So yeah, that was my strange dice haul. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and blessed be.